guys, welcome to Big Sister 824. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. Guys, if you haven't done it already, hopefully you will like, share, and subscribe to this channel. This is a channel where I talk to the youth, but of course it's open to everyone of all ages. There's something for everyone. Guys, today I want to talk with you about something that's very important, and it is about bullying. It's something that's very common today. It's almost just second nature for people to bully somebody. And it's, second nature to laugh at somebody and to make fun of them. But guys, you have to remember, what you sow in your life, you're going to reap it. The Bible talks about that, and you read other books that talks about that thing, those type of things. What you do to others, you can expect it to happen to you. And what I find a lot with bullies, a lot of times in my opinion, they're not happy people. I always feel like when someone comes to school or they go to school and they're bullying somebody else, I always feel like the principals and the school officials need to take a closer look at the family. Because 9 times out of 10, something is going on at home. A bully is someone that comes and they're going to pick on people, and they are consistent in tormenting somebody just because they have the ability to do it. And so for someone to be so consistent in hurting other people and laughing at other people, as much as it may seem as if they are on top of things, something is going on with them on the inside. And so it's a matter of finding out what that is. Sometimes they're in homes where they are being bullied, they're being frustrated, they're being mistreated by their parents. And so they come to school and they do the same things to someone else. But regardless, you have to think, what you do now in your life as a teenager, as a young adult, you're going to reap those seeds later on. Because that behavior, a destructive behavior of a bully, is going to take you to do more and more things in your life. And finally, you're going to run into somebody who's just like you or worse. There are a lot of grown people that we see today that are in prisons. A lot of grown people that we see today that's doing things in the workplace, doing things in the drive-through, at restaurants, doing things to their co-workers, because they're the same child that was a bully in elementary school and through junior high and high school and college, and they just grew up to be a grown-up bully. And then they may have children who are bullies and they just go through the neighborhood doing certain things. But guys, you have to remember, what you sow, you're going to reap. The things that you do, it may be funny now, but it won't be funny later. You may run into somebody that you're going to try to bully that's not going to take it. And so nowadays you're finding a lot of teens that are doing a lot of things out there, and not only bullying at school, but they're taking things outside and they're bullying adults and they're messing with grown-ups. Just not too long ago, I read about this woman that was killed. 4 teenagers tried to rob her and pull her out the car. The camera thing was just, it was so awful to see it. It was caught on camera, and the bully, these children, who I will call bullies because this is an old lady. Notice they didn't try to go to a man or someone that was young, someone that was vulnerable and unsuspecting. They go in there and they somehow, she got tangled up in the seatbelt or whatever, and as they drive off in her car, they're pulling her along the way. She's screaming through the streets for a couple blocks, a block and a half. And what happens? Her arm gets detached. Can you imagine that? But these are teens, and people say, oh, they're just kids. But this is what happens, guys, when you continue to behave a certain way. Maybe there are bullies at school. Maybe they were doing little things. But one thing leads to another, to another, to another. Who knows who is just hanging around, just thinking they're going to have a joyride, have some fun. And that's the danger of peer pressure, guys. Peer pressure can lead you to places where, and it's in situations where you didn't expect that. Those kids weren't trying to kill anybody that day, but they had enough in them to pick on someone that was more vulnerable. One of them had enough in them to be punching the lady while she was down. But guess what? Now their lives have changed. They've killed somebody. And now there's something about this possible that they will be tried as adults because the brutality of what they did is caught on camera. Bullying is something that's very, very awful. It leaves people with lifelong scars. It causes a lot of people not to want to go to school. Some children are committing suicide, and even then the bullies are still teasing them, still laughing at them, making fun of their families and their parents. This isn't correct, guys. But remember, what you sow, you reap. But it's time for people to stand up. Don't follow the bully. Don't do what they're doing. You don't have to follow them. You don't have to do the things that they're doing. And I understand that there's a pressure in society to do what everybody is doing. But you know what you don't know? The bully inside is not as tough as they say that they are. If you notice, most bullies are going to pick on someone that's smaller than them. I've never seen a bully messing with someone that's bigger, except for one. And that kid knocked that little kid out. Bullies normally pick on someone who they perceive to be weaker, and also bullies would normally they will come together and attack in groups. And so to me, that is a sign of a coward. Those of you that bully, just remember, what you do is going to come back to you. What you do is going to come back to you, and you can change. You don't have to be that way. If you have the ability and the influence as a bully to cause others to follow you to mess with someone, that means you have a gift and an ability to lead. Why not use that for something positive? It's not too late. It's not too late. You don't want to wait until you get older and run into someone. And if you're messing with adults, you see those children mess with that old lady, and she died. But they're teenagers right now that's going around and they're messing with adults, and they're messing with people's yards and tearing down people's mailboxes and doing these things. And it's funny right now. Maybe there's nothing that person is doing. But if you continue on that path, you're going to meet that person that is crazy. You have to think of where you are. Especially if you're in America, there are a lot of crazy people walking around. There are a lot of people that's waiting to kill. There's a lot of people that want you to try them today. And they won't think twice to hurt you. They won't think twice to do something twice as horrible. They won't care that you're a child. So stop. Stop before you reach that end, because it's sure to happen. And those of you that's following others in peer pressure, and peer pressure is making you say, let me go along to get along. Think about the things right now that someone can lead you to do. They can lead you to tease somebody, laugh at somebody, make fun of somebody. It's funny right now. But if you don't have enough strength and enough to say no for little things, they're going to be able to lead you into bigger things. You're going to do worse things. And somehow within myself, I feel like those teenagers and other teens that you see doing something that's wrong, there's always somebody in the group that really don't want to do that. But you know what? They feel pressure to do it. But imagine if one of them that did that carjacking, now murder, imagine if one of them just didn't want to do it, but they felt like they needed to do it. Now their lives have been altered forever. Be the difference. You can be the difference. Instead of doing things that's wrong, do things that are productive. There are a lot of productive things that you can do in your society. You do not have to be a product of your environment. You don't have to be a product of who's around you and what they're saying is right and what you should do. They may laugh at you now, but at the end of it all, they're not going to be laughing if they continue on that path. The next time you think to bully somebody, think about this. Would I like somebody to do this to my sister or my brother? Would I want to be treated like this? And not only that, even if you don't get anything, always remember this. What you sow in your life, what you do to your life, what you do in your life right now, the torment you may bring to the kids at school, the teacher, the principals, your parents maybe, you plant all those seeds and it's going to come back. And if you know anything about planting, if you plant a lemon seed, you're going to reap an apple tree. You're going to reap a lemon tree. So if you plant a lemon seed, you're going to get a tree. And you're going to get more things and more and more. And it's going to continue to produce and to produce. So think about the things that you're doing and turn around. You don't have to do things like that. There are lots of positive things and other things that you could be doing with your life other than bullying. There are lots of things that you can be doing than getting out there with your friends and getting into trouble. Because peer pressure is going to lead to more things. And when you do wrong and you do evil, because that's what it is, it's going to bring that to you. What you sow, you're going to reap. And even if you grow up to be an adult and you continue to be that way, it's eventually going to lead to a bad ending. So while you're young and while you have a chance, remember this. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Do to others the things that you want to be done to you. Be the difference. Don't follow the crowd. Don't be a bystander either. Just someone that's sitting there watching and, oh, I don't know. Be the difference. Be the change. And don't be a bully. All right, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.